Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like learning English is too hard? Like it's a big mountain and you're stuck at the bottom? What if I told you it doesn't have to feel that way? What if learning English could be simple, natural, and maybe even fun? In this video, I'm going to show you how to learn English without fear, without stress, and without boring grammar books. Yes, it's possible. So stay with me until the end, because what you'll learn today might change how you study English forever. Chapter 1. Start where you are, not where you wish you were. Let's start with something very important. Maybe the most important part of learning English. You have to begin at your real level. Not the level you wish you had. Not the level your teacher expects. Not the level your friends or classmates are at. You have to start where you are. Many students make the same mistake. They try to learn from difficult videos. They read books with too many new words. They download grammar apps and study advanced rules. After 5 minutes, they feel tired. After 10 minutes, they feel stupid. And soon, they want to quit. But here's the truth. You are not stupid. Your method is just wrong. When you start with something too hard, your brain gets confused. You don't feel strong. You don't feel smart. You don't enjoy it. So, of course, you don't want to continue. Imagine a child learning to walk. They don't start by running. They fall down. They try again. They hold the table. They take one step and another. Slowly, they learn. And this is true for language too. Even native speakers learn English with baby steps. They listen to easy songs. They watch cartoons. They read picture books. So why do we expect adult learners to start with newspapers or long grammar books? If you're just starting, don't watch a full movie in English. Watch a cartoon with subtitles. Don't read a novel. Read a short story. Or even better, read a story you already know, like Cinderella or Little Red Riding Hood, but in English. This is called starting easy, and it works. When I was learning Spanish, I didn't begin with news articles or podcasts for natives. I started with children's stories. Easy stories. Very short stories. I didn't understand every word, but I understood enough. I didn't need a dictionary every minute. And most importantly, I didn't feel tired or frustrated. I felt curious. I wanted to keep going. And that feeling helped me build a habit. When you start small, you win small. But those small wins become big wins later. If you read one simple page today and enjoy it, you will want to read 2 pages tomorrow. If you listen to one slow English song today and enjoy it, tomorrow you'll find another one. Slowly you build your confidence, you build your vocabulary, you build your language, and you don't feel like you're struggling. A student once told me, "But I'm an adult. I want to learn fast." I understand, but fast learning comes from smart learning, and smart learning means starting easy. Think of it like the gym. If you try to lift 100 kilos on the first day, you'll hurt yourself. But if you lift 2 kilos, then 3, then 5, one day you'll lift 100. It's the same with English. Easy first, then natural progress. Also, don't feel shy if your English is still basic. Every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker started with, "Hello, how are you?" You are not behind. You are on your own path. Respect your level and love the process. Because if you enjoy it, you will keep doing it. So today, I want you to ask yourself, what is my real level? And then choose something just below it. Yes, below it, not above. If something feels too easy, that's perfect. You will understand more. You will feel better, and you will remember more. Remember, struggle does not mean success. If you're struggling, you're probably doing something too hard too soon. If you're enjoying it, that means your brain is learning. In the next chapter, I'll show you how listening can teach you more than any grammar lesson, and why it's okay to stay silent for a while. But for now, just remember this. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin, and begin at the right place. Chapter 2. The Magic of Listening Before Speaking. Let me tell you something simple but very important. You don't need to speak first. You need to listen first, like every child in the world. Think about how babies learn to speak. For 1 or 2 years, they don't say much. They listen. They hear words every day. They watch faces. They notice sounds. And slowly, their brain starts to understand. Then one day, they say their first word. Not because they studied grammar, not because someone tested them, but because they listened enough. This is how you can learn English, too. Many students think, I have to speak English right away. I must practice speaking or I will never learn. I understand this idea. But it's not how language works naturally. In the beginning, you don't need to talk a lot. You need to listen a lot. That's how your brain learns the rhythm, the music, the sound of English. So, what should you listen to? Start with things that are fun and easy to understand. Watch English videos with subtitles. Choose short videos first, maybe cartoons, stories, or beginner YouTube channels. Listen to slow English podcasts. Many podcasts are made for learners just like you. And don't worry if you don't understand everything. You don't need to. Your brain is still learning. There is something powerful about hearing English every day. It's like your ears are training. Even when you're tired or not paying full attention, your brain is catching the words, the grammar, the sentence patterns. You are learning without even trying too hard. When I learned Spanish, I used to listen to the same short podcast every day. At first, I didn't understand much, but I liked the speaker's voice. I liked the music, so I listened again and again. After a few days, I understood one sentence, then a full idea. After 1 week, I could guess what the person was saying before they said it. That's when I knew. My brain was doing the work, quietly, in the background. If you want to improve even faster, try this. Listen to a short audio clip or a video. Then listen again. And this time, try to repeat what you hear. You don't have to say it perfectly. Just try. This is called shadowing. It's a great way to train your mouth and ears at the same time. You don't need to understand every word to benefit. Understanding the meaning is more important than understanding each word. So if you hear, the boy goes to school, and you understand the idea, that's success. Don't stop and open a dictionary every time. Just keep going. With time, you will understand more and more. Also, listen to things more than once. Repetition is key. Listen today, then again tomorrow. On the third day, maybe without subtitles. Your brain learns better with repetition. It feels easier, and you feel stronger. You might say, "But I want to speak now." That's okay. But remember, speaking becomes easier when your ears are full of English. The more you listen, the more natural your speaking will become later. You will not need to think about grammar. Your brain will already know what sounds right. Think of music. When you hear a song many times, you can sing it, right? Even without trying. That's because your brain remembers sound patterns. English is the same. If you listen enough, speaking becomes like singing. Natural, easy. So today, I want you to find one thing to listen to. Just one. A short video, a slow podcast, an English story. Watch it, listen, and tomorrow, listen again. Then again. This is how real progress happens. You don't need to speak from day one, but you do need to listen every day. And now, in the next chapter, I'll talk to you about something just as powerful as listening: reading like a child and learning like an expert. Chapter 3. Read like a child, learn like an expert. Let me tell you something that many English students don't believe at first. Reading is the most powerful way to improve your English. Yes, more powerful than grammar classes, more powerful than memorizing vocabulary lists. But it has to be the right kind of reading. Most students think of reading in English like homework. They remember boring textbooks, long articles, difficult words, tiny text, and no fun. So they stop reading, or they never start. But that's not what I mean when I say read. I want you to read like a child. Yes, like a child. I want you to read fairy tales, comics, short, simple books, stories you already know, stories you enjoy. Because when we enjoy what we read, we learn faster and we remember more. If reading feels boring, you're reading the wrong book, not the wrong language. In 1965, in America, they did a study. They gave free books, fun books like James Bond, to young boys in schools. These boys didn't have to read the books. There were no tests, no exercises, just books. What happened? The boys read. Some read a book every 2 days. After 2 years, the boys who got the books were better at reading, writing, and even liked school more. The boys who didn't get books, they didn't improve. Some even got worse. This is not just for native speakers. They did another study in the Fiji Islands where students were learning English. One group had grammar classes. Another group read quietly in class. Another group listened to the teacher read stories. Guess which groups learned more? The ones who read. Even grammar scores were better for students who read than students who studied grammar. I've also seen it in my own life. In 2017, I wanted to learn Spanish. I tried apps. I tried classes. But I didn't learn much. Then I tried something different. I decided to read 1 million words in Spanish. I didn't start with hard books. I started with easy stories. Then I read translations of books I already knew, like Harry Potter. Then I read books by Latin American authors. In 1 year, I could read almost everything. I could talk to native speakers, and I didn't study grammar. I didn't memorize vocabulary lists. I just read. A lot. For fun. For pleasure. Why does reading work so well? Because when you read, you see words again and again. You see how grammar works, not in a rule, but in a sentence. You learn naturally, the same way children do. No stress, no pressure, just understanding. When you read easy books, your brain doesn't fight. You understand more. You feel better. You feel smart. And when we feel smart, we learn more. That's how confidence grows. But what is an easy book? Easy means this. When you read a page, you understand 98% of the words. You only see 1 or 2 new words. That's enough. That's good. If you see 10 new words in every sentence, the book is too hard. Put it down. Find something easier. And never feel bad about that. Stephen Krashen, a famous language teacher, says, "Read things that are fun and interesting. Read things that are so easy, you would not read them in your own language." So yes, read comics. Read fairy tales. Read short stories. Don't worry if it's for kids. It's for learning. And it's for you. Maybe you're thinking, but I want to learn business English or academic English. That's okay. Do that later. First, build your foundation. Build your vocabulary. Build your confidence. And reading easy books is the best way to do that. Here's what I want you to do. Find a very easy English story. Maybe one you already know in your language. Read just 1 page today. Just 1. Don't use a dictionary. Try to guess the meaning from the story. If it feels too hard, stop. Find something easier. But if it feels fun, keep going. You'll be surprised. After a few days, reading feels normal. After a few weeks, you start to see grammar patterns. After a few months, you know so many new words, and you didn't even try to remember them. Reading for fun is reading for growth. Quietly, slowly, powerfully. In the next chapter, I'll show you how to speak English with confidence, even if you're shy and even if you're afraid of making mistakes. Chapter 4. Repeat. Don't memorize. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to memorize a long list of English words and then forgot them all a week later? If yes, don't worry. You're not alone. Many learners do this. They think, if I want to improve my English, I need to study hard. I need to remember 20 new words every day. So they write lists. They make flashcards. They try to force their brain to remember, but it doesn't work. Here's the truth. Your brain doesn't learn from effort. It learns from comfort. That may sound strange, but think about this. When you listen to your favorite song, how many times do you need to hear it before you can sing along? 5 times? 10 times? You don't try to memorize the lyrics. You just listen again and again. One day, without trying, you know the words. That's how real language learning works. Repetition, hearing or reading the same thing again and again, is a powerful way to learn, more powerful than flashcards, more natural than tests. When you repeat something many times, your brain starts to relax. It says, I know this. Then learning becomes easy. This is why I tell my students, don't try to learn everything. Just repeat the things you like. Watch the same video 5 times. Read the same story 3 times. Listen to the same podcast again and again. Each time you understand more. Each time the words become more familiar. And then one day, those words are yours. You didn't study them. You absorbed them. Think of children again. They love hearing the same story every night. Why? Because repetition is how the brain grows. Every time they hear the story, they learn something new. English learners can do the same. Let me tell you how I used this method when I was learning Spanish. There was one podcast I loved. It was short, just 5 minutes. I listened to it every morning for a week. I knew the topic. I knew the voice. It made me feel comfortable. The first time I understood 20%, then 40%, then 80%. And by the 7th time, I could understand almost everything. No dictionary, no stress, just repetition. The funny thing, I didn't feel like I was studying. I was just listening to something I liked, but I learned so much. So why do schools make us memorize things? Because schools like tests, and tests need fast answers. But real language doesn't work that way. In real life, you don't take a test. You have a conversation. You listen. You understand. You reply. You need your English to feel natural, not feel memorized. If you memorize a word today, but forget it tomorrow, that's not success. If you see the same word in 10 different stories, and one day you understand it without thinking, that's real success. So here is your task. Choose one piece of English content you enjoy. A short video, a short story, a song, a podcast, anything. Just make sure you like it, then repeat it. Every day for 5 days. Don't worry if it feels boring. That means it's working. Boring is part of learning. Because when something feels boring, it means your brain is getting used to it. And when your brain feels safe, it learns fast. And if you find something you really love, repeat it more. There's no rule that says you must always study something new. In fact, repeating what you know helps you learn better. So remember this simple truth. Repetition beats memorization. Always. In the next chapter, we'll talk about how to build strong habits, so English becomes part of your daily life, without stress and without forgetting. Chapter 5. Learn with your ears, mouth, eyes, and hands. Let me tell you a little secret about learning English. Your brain remembers better when your whole body is learning, not just your eyes, not just your ears. That's right. The more of your body you use, the more your brain remembers. Think about it. When you were a child, how did you learn your first language? You didn't just listen. You looked at your parents' faces. You moved your hands. You repeated sounds. You touched things, played with toys, sang songs, pointed to pictures. You used your whole body. So why do so many people try to learn English by only looking at a textbook? If you want to learn English faster and enjoy it more, use all your senses, your ears, your mouth, your eyes, and your hands. This is called multisensory learning. It's a big word, but the idea is simple. Learn with more than one part of you. Let's start with your ears. Listen to English every day, but not just anything. Choose something fun and clear. Try English podcasts for beginners, or slow audiobooks, or songs you like. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just listen. Let the sounds of English become familiar to your brain. That's how babies learn, remember? Now use your eyes too. Watch English videos with subtitles. You'll hear the words and see them at the same time. Your brain connects the sound with the spelling. This helps with reading, vocabulary, and even pronunciation. Next is your mouth. Repeat what you hear. Say it out loud. Don't be shy. Copy the speaker like you're acting in a movie. Yes, it might feel strange, but this is how your mouth learns the music of English. You're not just saying words. You're training your muscles just like a singer or an athlete. Now use your hands. Write a little every day, just a sentence or two. Maybe write what you hear in a video, or write about your day in simple English. Use a pen, or type on your phone. Writing helps your brain slow down and notice the language. It also helps you remember new words. There are also great apps that show pictures, play sounds, and let you speak into the microphone. These apps can be fun. They let you use your ears, eyes, mouth, and hands all at once. That's powerful learning. Here's something else. Read out loud. Find a short story or a news article. Read it with your eyes. Then say it with your mouth. You're reading, speaking, and listening to yourself, all at the same time. That's real brain training. Sometimes students say, "I'm not good at remembering English." But usually, it's not a problem with your memory. It's a problem with your method. If you only read, your brain forgets quickly. But when you see the word, hear the word, say the word, and write the word, that word becomes yours. You remember it naturally. Let me say it again. The more of your body you use, the more your brain remembers. So here's your simple plan. Every day, choose one small English activity that uses more than one sense. Watch a video and repeat the sentences. Listen to a podcast and write down a few words. Read a short story and read it aloud. Use an app that lets you speak and match words with pictures. Keep it short, keep it fun, and do it often. You don't have to study harder, you have to study smarter, with your whole self. In the next chapter, we'll talk about something really important: how to keep going, even when you feel tired, stuck, or unmotivated. Chapter 6. Make mistakes. Out loud. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to speak English, but stopped yourself because you were afraid of making a mistake? You are not alone. Many English learners, maybe even most, are scared to speak. They think, what if I say the wrong word? Or, what if I sound stupid? So they wait. They wait until they feel ready. They wait for perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, perfect confidence. But here's the truth. If you wait for perfect, you will wait forever. Let me say something important. Mistakes are not your enemy. Silence is. This is one of the most powerful things I've learned in over 25 years of teaching. The students who speak, even badly, improve. The students who stay silent do not. So if you really want to speak English well, you have to make mistakes out loud, and you have to do it again and again. Let's look at how babies learn. A baby makes hundreds of mistakes every day. They say mama when they mean milk. They say goed instead of went. They say I no want instead of I don't want. But do they stop? Number. They keep going. And after thousands of small mistakes, they become fluent. That's how you will learn, too. Speaking is a skill, like riding a bike. You can't just read about it. You have to do it. You have to fall. You have to try again. And one day, you'll be speaking without thinking. So how can you practice speaking, even if you feel nervous or shy? Start small. Talk to yourself. Yes, really. Speak English when you're alone. Say what you're doing. I'm washing the dishes. I'm going to the store. I feel tired today. This feels silly at first, but it's powerful. You're training your mouth and your brain. Then try recording your voice. Use your phone. Say a few sentences about your day. Play it back. Listen to how you sound. Don't worry if it's not perfect. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Next, try talking with other people. You don't need to find a classroom. You can find speaking partners online. There are great apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, and Speaky, where you can talk with native speakers or other learners. Many people on these apps are kind, patient, and just like you, learning and growing. You can also find online tutors. Websites like Italki and Preply have teachers you can talk to for just 30 minutes. These teachers are trained to help you feel comfortable and improve slowly. And here's one more tip. Don't wait to speak full sentences. Start with words and short phrases. If you see a red apple, just say, red apple. That's speaking. If someone says, how are you? Just say, good. That's speaking too. Step by step. Remember, you don't need to speak perfectly. You just need to speak. And here's something amazing. When you speak and make a mistake, and someone corrects you, you usually never forget that correction. It becomes part of your learning story. It sticks. So don't hide from mistakes. Use them. Be proud of them. Each mistake is a step forward. So say it with me now. I will make mistakes out loud, and that's how I will learn. In the next and final chapter, we'll put everything together and show you how to make English a fun and easy part of your daily life, forever. Chapter 7. Build habits, not hopes. You've made it this far, and that already shows something important. It shows that you care. You want to learn English. You have hope, and that's wonderful. But now, I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. Hope is not enough. Yes, hope can start the journey, but only habits will take you to the end. Let me explain. Many learners start with big dreams. I'm going to study English for 3 hours every night. Or, this weekend, I'll learn 100 new words. But then life happens. You get busy, you get tired, you lose motivation, and nothing happens. That's not your fault. You don't need to feel bad. It's not that you're lazy, it's that you're trying to use hope instead of habit. Here's the truth. You don't need motivation. You need a rhythm. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't wait for motivation to brush your teeth. You just do it. It's part of your day. That's what we want for English too. Not something big, not something perfect, just something daily. Because 15 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week. Let's build a simple daily routine, one that feels light, one that you can actually enjoy. You can change it for your life, of course. But here's an idea. 5 minutes listening. Start your day with a short podcast or a slow YouTube video. Maybe when you drink your coffee or sit on the bus. 5 minutes reading. Read something easy and fun. A comic, a short story, a post on Instagram. Anything that makes you smile. 5 minutes speaking or writing. Talk to yourself. Say what you see, or write 2 sentences about your day, or message a friend in English. Just a little. Just enough to keep your brain active. That's it. 15 minutes. Every day. Some days you might do more. That's great. But even if you only do 15 minutes, that's a win. That's progress. Because the real magic is not in doing more. It's in doing it again and again and again. Soon, it will feel natural. English will become a part of your life, like music or walking or brushing your teeth. Not a big event, just a small, simple rhythm. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. So ask yourself, what time can I do 15 minutes of English every day? Maybe in the morning before work, maybe during lunch, maybe before bed. Set a time. Make it part of your day. You don't have to force yourself to do things you hate. Choose things you enjoy. Watch funny videos. Read fun stories. Talk to kind people. That's how you build habits that last. One of my students once said to me, I used to think I needed big motivation, but now I just follow my little routine. I don't even think about it. And I've improved more in 3 months than in 3 years before. That's the power of habit. So today, make a choice. Don't wait for energy. Don't wait for a perfect time. Start small. Start simple. But start every day. This is how you go from struggling with English to living with English. Now, before we finish, I have something small to ask. If this video helped you, even just a little, please subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and share it with a friend who's also learning English. And tell me in the comments, what's one small habit you will start today? Together we can make English simple, fun, and part of your life. See you in the next video.